Welcome, our beloved audience, to yet another episode. And this time is the 30th episode. Can you
Wow.
imagine? Yes, this is for you, Coach Shilpa, our founder, and the audience for making it this far. 30 episodes. And this is so great because we've had the opportunity to talk to each of us and just understand from different perspectives, from our guests, from you, Coach Silpa, from myself, and the feedback from our audience. It has been phenomenal. I would like to use this opportunity really to thank you, to express my gratitude. And also, Coach Shilpa will have an opportunity to express her gratitude for the last 30 episodes. This is phenomenal. We really appreciate your feedback. We appreciate all the coaches who have come here, all the leaders who have come here to share their valuable experiences. So today we want to make this episode kind of special. And the reason why I want to do this is we want to dedicate it for the people who want to make the leap, from employee to being their own boss. And so we are going to talk about 3 important lessons that successful entrepreneurs can share for the world of employees who are making this leap of faith. We call it the leap of faith because it can be scary. And so after today's episode, we are very sure you are going to overcome the fear that has been kind of holding you back. And so again, I would like to welcome you to this episode, our listeners, our audience, for really sticking by us for the last 30 episodes. And in a very special way, I would like to appreciate my co-host and my co-founder, Coach Shilpa, for the research, for everything really you do for audience. And take it away.
Yes, thank you, Coach Gerald, Dr. Gerald. This is like, I would also like to express my gratitude to our lovely audience who have stood by us, who have grown with us, and who have encouraged us to reach here and many more miles to go. And I want to acknowledge you, your wisdom, your energy, and your aspirational goal to reach as many people as possible so that we can really touch their lives in a positive manner and make the positive changes in their life. So I express my gratitude and let's move forward. We have actually been coming a long way. However, I would like to draw our audience attention to some of the previous episodes of turning passion into a profitable profession. And also, like last time, we discussed 7 strategies new coaches should adopt to help their clients achieve success fast, because all together this is forming a journey and all required steps in between for them to keep taking. So I would like our audience to go back, and those who are new here, we welcome you with open arms and stay with us because we are going to take you on a very high ticket journey. And I would also like to mention our previous interviews with some of the eminent coaches like Simona Boldrini for high ticket sales, Dave Sethi, who's a founder and CEO on Wealth on Command. This is what is everybody's dream, like having wealth on command. And also go back and see the special bonuses. You'll also find it below this episode, some of those special gifts. And the gifts our special guests have shared. Some of them have shared their gift of time with you. So use that for your best benefit. And with that, I hand it back to you, Dr. Gerard.
Absolutely. Really, once again, thank you, audience, for sticking around. And thank you, Coach Shilpa, for sticking around. So let's dive into today's episode. So today we want to talk about something that's very, very relevant in today's business world. And that's very close to our hearts as career transition experts, because we've been in the world of employment and now we're in this world of entrepreneurship. And so we'd like to share our experiences, the lessons we learned, but most importantly, to learn from successful entrepreneurs who kind of showed us the way, and we've kind of borrowed from them. And so now we want, during this episode, to bring you the lessons we learned from them. And so today we want to share 3 important lessons. So this topic, Coach Shilpa, as we're talking just before we started this episode, is that it's a continuation of what we discussed in the 27th episode, where we talked about how to turn your passion, what you desire, your expertise, to a profitable profession that you can live
Yes.
on, continue to do and create impact for years and years to come. So,
Yes.
as you know, making the transition from employee to entrepreneur can be daunting. We know that. That's true. However, it's also important to note that it is not an impossible dream. So, in today's lead talk, we'll be talking about the key lessons we ourselves learned, or even as you listen to us, that you can learn from successful entrepreneurs who have made this leap and have made it very successful, have gone to thrive and actually build successful businesses that many people have come to emulate. So, from having a solid foundation, it gives you the opportunity to be able to build on what you have. So basically, this episode is to give you a solid foundation so that these 3 lessons can be your stepping stone to the next level. And from this, I would like to ask Coach Shilpa, why did we really debate so much? Why did we want to bring this out today to our audience?
Yeah. This is a beautiful question. And we always start with why even talk about the topic we have selected, right?
Yes.
And as a ritual, I would want to share a quote from one and only Tony Robbins is that success leaves clues.
Yes.
Study the people who are successful and emulate them.
That's powerful.
That's so beautiful.
That's
very
powerful.
powerful.
Say
right?
that again.
Yes. Success leaves clues. Study the people who are successful and emulate them. There is also a saying that we keep saying that, Dr. Gerard, that there is no need to reinvent the wheel. And you can't do all the mistakes so that you learn from your own mistakes because the life is too short to make all the mistakes yourself. So we can learn from others' mistakes, but we can also learn from their success journey, and we can follow the clues they have been giving us for having that success on a faster note. So that is why in today's episode, we really want to empower the professionals who are committed to make the career transition, to be their own boss and start stronger. Because when you start stronger, you have much more faith in your journey, right? So while they learn from their own experience, it is also wise to learn from those who have traveled the similar path. And today we will be talking about 3 lessons, and these are the 3 reasons why we chose to speak about it. When we learn lessons from successful people, this is what it does for us. One is inspiration. Studying the journey of successful entrepreneur can provide us that inspiration and insight and evidence to those who are looking to make the transition from employee to being a boss. Like hearing, listening to people, learning their life journey, studying their life journey, who overcame the challenges and achieved the success, can motivate us and encourage all our listeners to take action towards their goals. So inspiration is what we take from their lessons, right? Second thing is insights. So all successful entrepreneurs have valuable insights which they have learned the hard way, and then they applied those lessons and to variety of industries, situations, challenges, and found innovative solution to their challenges. However, their solutions can give us ready-made insights so that we don't have to struggle. So when we study their experiences, we get insights into the mindset, the strategies, the world's best practices to be a successful person and also an entrepreneur, which can be beneficial to anyone who's going to make that leap of faith. Right? And the third one is the guidance, because making transition, as you said, from employee to being your own boss can be a very challenging journey, and having a right guidance and support can be very crucial for success. So one thing I learned from successful entrepreneur is having your own guidance and support system and having a mentor, right? This reduce some of the friction in our life. Like that, we are going to discuss 3 key lessons today. And by knowing these lessons learned, we can provide guidance and actionable advice for our listeners so that they can navigate the transition with much more clarity, with much more confidence and ease. And along with this, we are also going to incorporate our learning. So these lessons are coming from the people around us who are successful, but also we ourselves are experienced and tested it out. And we only give to our audience what we believe in, right? So that is the reason we decided to speak about these 3 lessons.
I love that. I love the fact that we are bringing this so that we share our own lessons, but importantly, we can incorporate these lessons together so that our audience can take the learnings and really move on. And so I'd like again to thank you for really setting this very clear. So what is the first lesson you'd like us to talk about so that it can make our audiences transition from employee to boss easy?
Yeah. That's a great question, because the first lesson is very close to your and my heart, because that's where most of the change and transition starts getting, stronger foundation. So that is lesson number 1. It is most important to develop a growth mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm very much sure that it itself is a big episode, or can be covered in 2 episodes, because it's a vast topic, right? But today we just want to at least highlight this and bring it to the consciousness. Is that it is a lesson to develop a growth mindset. As an entrepreneur, it's crucial to understand that the failure is inevitable and the setbacks are part of the journey. But having a growth mindset also means that seeing these obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow consistently. That's what a great mindset can do for us, right? And why this lesson is very important is having a growth mindset can help entrepreneurs stay motivated, persistent in difficult times. And it can also help them develop resilience, adaptability, which are the key essential traits for being an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Also, there are another 2-3 factors, Dr. Gerard. One is that growth mindset, what it does for us is that it helps us embrace the challenges. We all have been resisting the challenges. We all want to have life as smooth and as easy and comfortable as we want, right? But when we do a transition, especially the transitioning phase and journey, can be challenging because it is also new.
Yes.
Right? So having a growth mindset encourages you to see these challenges as opportunities to grow as an entrepreneur, become very solid in your foundation, rather than avoiding everything out of fear, right? And this mindset allows you to take new challenges with enthusiasm and willingness to learn from both success as well as failure. Because if you learn from failure, it can also become your one success lesson.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yes, Second one is adopting a learning mindset. When I say learning mindset, what we are talking about here, being committed, a lifelong learner. Because if we assume that there is a limited thing to be learned and then we are ready, then what happens when we find new obstacle, we question our own self.
True.
Right? But when we are committed as a lifelong learner, everything is a new learning for us. So while taking a leap of faith, there will be inevitably a learning curve. And a growth mindset can help you approach this learning process with very open and curious attitude. So recognizing that setbacks are natural part of the journey, and it's not that there is some deficiency in what we do, right? The third one is overcoming self-doubt. It's very common to experience self-doubt when you take the big leap, when you also go into uncomfortable or new territory. It's like you visiting a new country or new map, right? So always there is an uncertainty. But when we have a growth mindset or starting new business, transitioning, it can help you to combat these doubts by focusing on your potential area for growth and development, rather than getting bogged down by the negative self-talk. Oh, why I couldn't do it? Why I couldn't do it right the first time?
Exactly.
Right? So all this negative talk can be eliminated or reduced or suppressed and can be taken over by a growth mindset, new self-talk, right? The famous example I would like to quote here, because we always look for examples, is of an entrepreneur with a growth mindset, is Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. When she first started out, she faced numerous obstacles, rejections, challenges, but she, having a growth mindset, remained so persistent and maintained a very positive attitude towards her product and business,
Yes.
which helped her eventually build a $1 billion company alongside developing her capabilities and having a strong foundation and innovation on the way. Right.
Yeah.
So we should learn from her example.
It's
Now we
true.
would also want to, when we talk about the lesson, we would also want to talk about, okay, then how exactly I should start implementing, what exactly I should start doing from today if I want to learn from this lesson.
Yes.
So developing a growth mindset is a process. It's a
Yeah.
journey. It's
Yes.
not that today I sit and I get a growth mindset, right?
No.
But it is also always possible with a practice and our daily mindset change. So some of the tips I would like to share with our audience, which you and me discussed, Dr. Gerald, is that first, as we spoke about, that embrace challenge, embrace discomfort more than a challenge, I would say.
Exactly.
Right? So do not shy away from new discomfort, tasks coming your way, something look very challenging, but over a period of time, be assured that that's going to become a new normal for you, and you would grow beyond.
True.
Second one is focusing on progress and efforts. Don't just focus on one end goal and one result. Celebrate progress you make on the way and the efforts you put in, because that will also encourage your own self to stay on a track and show up every single day.
Yep.
Third one is the people with growth mindset. They always learn from a feedback or even a criticism. It's very difficult to hear, but if it is a constructive criticism coming from right kind of a people, maybe you will have a valuable seeding of new lessons. So you don't have to burn out your time, money, and effort, right?
True.
So seek feedback in the right time. It can be from your mentors. It could be from the people who are successful. Be very selective from where you're taking a feedback.
True.
Yeah, that's equally important. And cultivate a very positive attitude. While it's easier said than done, but maintaining an optimism, having that resilience to bounce back quickly with help of your mentor or with help of your mindset training, this will help you stay motivated longer through any difficult times that may come your way. Right? And last but not the least, be open to new ideas. You may have your own ideas and concepts, but like you will be collaborating, discussing your ideas with multiple people, and they may share their insight. Stay open, and finally, you get to choose which one you are adopting. But be open, because sometimes somebody may give you a fantastic insight, which can save you tons of time and money. Right? So this can help you start building growth mindset, and we are sure like we'll discuss more on growth mindset specifically for transition in some of our coming episodes as well. So over to you, Dr. Gerard, while you take us through lesson 2 and any more points to add on lesson 1.
Oh, beautiful. I think I like the fact that, when you talk about the mindset, the growth mindset, because this is what in the world of employment, it doesn't feature so much. And yet, when you make this transition, and today's episode, we're talking about the transition, how to transition and how to use the experience of people like Sarah Buckley, right? So they had to adopt a growth mindset because, as Coach Shilpa beautifully explained, the growth mindset, although it takes effort, it takes time. When you develop it, it is going to help you become elastic. So whatever happens in the business world will not be too much, right? So you'll kind of be like a ball, right? You'll be elastic. You can move in, you can move out, and you can move down, you can move up. So you would be able to bounce back quickly because challenges will happen. Just like in life, business is another form of life. You will get challenges. And so having this positive growth mindset will help you. And so you are going to be strong. And one of the things I would like you to take notes as you listen to this segment, right? So as Coach Silva mentioned, in the future, we are also going to make a particular episode to talk more about the growth mindset, because we know this is where the rubber meets the road for most of you as you listen to us. Now, the second lesson, yes,
so true,
thank
so
you.
true.
Yeah. So the second lesson, Coach Silpa, as we talked about, the second of the 3 lessons that I want to talk about is always working on building a solid foundation.
Yes.
Business is like a house. You see,
Hmm.
if you do not make a strong foundation for your house, when the rains come, when the monsoon comes, when the cyclone comes, you will be in trouble. Your house will be routed out. It will be pulled out. And so as you make this transition, it's very important that you start with a solid foundation. So what is the lesson? Now, before you make the leap from being an employee to boss to becoming your own boss,
Yeah.
it's very critical that you build a strong foundation. So this means you have to, first of all, take the time, the necessary time to define your vision, to define your values, and establish your brand so that you have a clear roadmap for your business. So you have to do the foundation first. Whom do you want to be? Whom do you want to serve? What do you stand for? And what do you want to be known in the marketplace? And these are the important things. And as you continue to learn with us, there will be many opportunities for us to be able to make some of these concepts more clearer to you. And so, what is the lesson here that is important? The key lesson here is a strong foundation, called Shilpa, will help our audience ensure success as an entrepreneur because
Yeah.
it helps, a strong foundation helps with clarity, focus, and direction. So when you talk about clarity, focus, and direction, these are essential to building a thriving business because if you are confused, you can imagine just you are driving where you don't know the city, you don't know where the stations are, you'd absolutely get lost. And so
Yes.
starting your business, your transition without putting the basics
Hmm.
will kind of lead to that kind of confusion. And so one of the things as we're talking before we started this episode is that having a strong foundation will help with sustainability.
Hmm.
Why is this important? So, a strong foundation ensures the long term sustainability of your business. Just like a house that is built in a weak foundation will eventually collapse, a house that is built just like a business that is built on weak foundation will also likely fail. It won't stand the test of the stresses of the business. So
Yeah.
by establishing a solid foundation, you are creating a stable platform upon which you're going to build your business. So that's number one lesson. The second is clarity of purpose.
Hmm.
Now, a strong foundation helps you to establish clarity of purpose for your business. Now, this also helps you to define your values, your goals, your vision, the mission that we talked a little bit
Hmm.
before. So when you have all this clear, it will help you to focus on the core objectives of your business. And when you're able to focus on the core objectives of your business, you're able to make informed decisions. And once you're able to make informed decisions, Coach Silpa, as you know,
Hmm.
you will be, as a coach, as a consultant, you'll be able to align with your goals. So
Yes.
this way you would be doing very well. And then another reason why this is important, the solid foundation, is it leads to building of credibility for your business.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, how does this show up? Because your potential customers, potential investors, your partners will say, okay, this gentleman, this lady has all this in a row. So they are very likely to support you. And so this can help you to attract the right people, the right collaboration, the right financing, so that you have a strong reputation in your industry.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, Coach Silpa again, so what
Hmm.
if we look at the wider industry? So what are some of the lessons or who are the people would like to reflect on in today's episode? Now, for this segment, I want to talk about the success of Steve Jobs, the
Yeah.
founder of Apple that all of us use today, right? Now, how did Steve Jobs succeed? He started this in many of his writings and all the books written about him. It can be attributed to the strong foundation he had for building up. he had a very, very clear vision of what he wanted to create. Unlike many companies that have, like not very, very clearly defined future, Steve Jobs from day one wanted to build a different company. And he
Yes.
wanted to create a strong brand identity that is well defined with roadmap to achieve that. And so looking at the example of Steve Jobs, what lesson can we learn to implement?
Yeah.
Number one is would like you, as you're making this transition journey, to develop a very clear vision and mission. So as you're listening to this, make sure you take note, right? So you need to develop clear vision and mission. So start by defining your purpose and your values and your goals. So having a clear understanding of what you want to do, what you want to achieve, will help you to stay focused and working with different clients. And one of the challenges we get is many clients are not focused enough because they do not know what they want. They're in business, but they're like, okay, what kind of business are you in? Whom do you want to serve? How much do you want to grow, right? They do not have that clarity. And because of that lack of clarity, they do not have a strong brand identity. Okay. So this is one lesson we learned from Steve Jobs. The second lesson we learned is you need to build a strong support network. This is very, very important as a business person. For if you want to make a successful business, you cannot grow alone. So it's important that, Coach Shilpa, as we always advise our clients, it's important for them to surround themselves with like-minded individuals who can provide guidance, support, and accountability. In this case
Very
here, we're
important.
talking about, yes, yeah, yeah. So we're talking about coaches, we're talking about mentors. You and me have mentors, right? We have been what we are, not because necessarily of our own effort. Yes, we have. We have made a lot of effort, but many of the progress we've done is because of the mentors and the coaches we've gone through, right? And this is something that has helped us to quicken our entrepreneurial journey. And so this is the second lesson. So the third lesson here is invest in your personal development. It's very, very important that you continue to learn. And in the first um, segment, because Shilpa talked about you going on and on and on and becoming better, right? Part of the growth mindset involves investing in your personal development. So here you need to develop skills, you need to develop knowledge and the mindset to become a better entrepreneur. This is very, very important. And in this, you need to seek opportunities to learn from experts, to attend workshops, conferences, and read books and articles of entrepreneurship, different aspects of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is it's not like a new, it's a whole separate dynamic, especially when you've been in the office type of job, you've been a professional worker in whatever industry, it's more or less the same. It's just the task was different, but the culture is fairly different from what happens in the entrepreneurial world. So it's important that you invest in yourself. And this is why we have programs that we're working on. Some of them are running already to help people like yourself to move from step one to step two. And then, Coach Shilpa, the last point, but not the least, I want to mention is this learning from Steve Jobs is that we need to have a solid business plan. So having a solid business plan helps us to create a comprehensive plan that helps us to outline our goals. So as you listen to me and you want to work on this transition, so your business plan should be able to have clarity of the target market. It should have the marketing strategy. It should have your financial projections and other important details. So this way you will have clarity of what decisions to make and to see whether you are moving on track or off track. So it will be easy for you to say, okay, these are my projections. I seem to be off track here. And so when you're off track, you will know how to seek guidance from a mentor's coach.
Fantastic. That's so beautiful. And you covered a very strong aspect of entrepreneurship is having
Mm.
a strong foundation.
Yes.
Because when we do a transition or when people do transition, there is some kind of an urgency, need, desperation to become profitable, earn money, keep moving, get moving, take action every
Mm.
day. A lot of things are bombarded on their mind, right?
Mm.
That's all is while that is all is important, that's all going to stand on your strong foundation, your conviction, your clarity. And
Mm.
as you gave a very right example of Steve Jobs of Apple, so he decided his psychology, his foundation was think different. So they
Yes.
know they just don't have to do better, they have to do totally different. So innovation became part of their journey.
Yes.
That's a foundational thought, right? Otherwise you don't get a right direction, whether I do better or you create your own specific journey. So that's
Mm.
how also we advise our clients when they're starting their journey, how they can differentiate themselves from the noise in the market, right?
Yes.
That is all built on the strong foundation. So a great point covered. And that takes me to the third lesson, is
Mm.
that little different from first 2 points is more to take care of our audiences and our people who are doing transition just like us. So the
Mm.
lesson is manage your finances well, and I
Yeah.
mean really, really well.
Yeah.
Okay? As an entrepreneur, managing your finances is crucial to your success. That could mean tracking your income,
Mm.
expenses, having a budget, forecasting, provisioning, building that financial cushion or a solid wall, right? To
Mm.
weather any unexpected downturns or situation. Why this is important? Because financial management is a key to keep your business afloat,
Mm.
above the water, and ensuring its long-term success. We are not here to make just some short-term name game. We are not in that game. We are here
Mm.
for long term. We are going to
True.
stay here because we are choosing a business from our passion, skill, what we
Mm.
love to do. So
Yeah.
that's what we want to do as long as you enjoy doing it, right? But
Exactly.
without a solid understanding of your finances, you risk running out of money or taking too much of financial risk, so
Mm.
as to, some people get in debt also. So we
True.
would want you to alarm you and, sound you off that manage your finances very well starting today.
I like
So
that.
starting
Mm.
business requires financial investment, right? So
Yeah.
when you transition from being an employee or to an entrepreneur, you need to be prepared for to finance your own business, because it
Mm.
will need some blood to be
Mhm.
pumped in, right,
Exactly.
before you start getting your income flow. It means having a clear understanding of what needs to happen. And
Mm.
sometimes people don't even see what's going to be happening 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line. What
Mm.
kind of tools I need to invest, what kind of things I need to invest for myself, and a lot of other things, right? So have a
Yeah.
clear understanding of your resources, expenses, and revenue streams.
Yeah.
So if you don't manage your finances well, I think you are taking too much burden on yourself, because you will be also busy building your business. So once you are relieved of your financial pressure, your all the thought process will be more of a growth mindset and not scarcity mindset.
Mm.
Having strong finances and managing finances well, the second reason is also it helps you to make very informed decisions.
Mm.
So effective financial management is also to track your income and expense, but also to analyze what has been happening and
Mm.
then make changes, reroute, and
Mhm.
create budgets that support your business.
Yeah.
And having this process gives you a clear understanding of your business's financial health, your
Mm.
personal finances, how you're going to take care of your near dear ones, your family commitments, at the
Mm.
same time while you serve and invest in your business. So
I like
that
that.
is this clarity will give you um, the right data to make informed
Mhm.
decisions,
Yeah.
whether I'm investing in new tools, whether I'm investing in resources, at what stage I'll be investing in my team, at what
Mm.
stage I'll be investing in software and technology, at
Mm.
what stage I would start doing certain things for social media, right?
Yeah.
So you would know at what stage you will expand, at what scale,
Yeah.
right? How to also get multiple income streams. So it will
Yeah.
give you different directions.
True.
It builds obviously your financial resilience, because strong financial foundation and managing finance well gives you an ability to take care of economic downturns,
Mhm.
unexpected situations, which can come always on your way. We cannot predict how things would go after a few months. The world is becoming an ever changing place, right?
Very much so.
So this financial resilience is very crucial for your long term success.
Yes.
And also, it is we can learn from successful entrepreneurs. For example, the very famous Mark Cuban, right? He has several successful business, and he always emphasizes the importance of managing finance well.
Yeah.
And he credits his financial management skills as major factor in his success. So we have to take clue and learn from him. And this is what we can do, as I mentioned, is that keep track of your income and expenses. We cannot say, oh, I don't know where it all goes.
No, we can't.
This is a very dangerous line in the business, right? So set financial goals, overestimate and underspend.
Yeah.
Right? Consider working with a financial advisor or an accountant since beginning so that they can guide you for most efficient ways of managing your money. Create a budget, and that can help you to track your finances, income and expenses. And it can identify areas where you can cut back, add more revenue, add more budget, so that you can have increase and decrease mode in your tab under your control. Build an emergency fund, because you are entering into a new zone. That time, having an emergency fund can help you cover unexpected expenses, as well as it will give you a confidence that no matter what is happening in the business, you are living a good lifestyle. You're able to take care of your own self and the people in your family, your loved ones.
Yes.
That gives you so much stability at your back of your mind that you can completely focus on your business.
Yes.
Third one is diversify your income streams. Go for multiple income streams to build financial resilience, because it's not just cutting down the expenditure, because sometimes you will have to incur some kind of a cost and expenses investment. But also the focus also has to be as a growth mindset, like how can I increase my revenue? What could be the added income streams for me? Because as you liberate from corporate world to becoming on your own, you're also opening doors to have multiple streams of income by the time you also stabilize your business. So this can include freelancing, consulting, collaborating, having a reference fee, and we have number of modes of income revenues covered in our program as well. So last but not the least, your finances will keep your business thriving. So manage your finances very, very, very well. Over to you, Dr. Gerald. For
beautiful, beautiful. I love the fact that you've really talked about the finances, because in addition to the mindset, in addition to having the solid aspect of the planning process, many people who are in the transition journey do not do the financial part very well. And this is a weakness of most people, because finance is a weakness for most people, right? And so it compounds if you're an entrepreneur, if you're making the transition, because you remember you've been on the salary, now you are going to be employing yourself and employing other people. So that requires more, as Mark Cuban says, financial discipline and a lot to understand. And so maybe one of the things as a bonus you could say, in addition to the personal growth, if you believe your financial knowledge is low, then you could also focus your personal growth on the area of financial literacy, right? And there are many opportunities. Maybe in our upcoming session, Coach Silpa, we could talk about how coaches and consultants could take care of the finances, right? So it's a lot easier for them in this journey. All right. So having said that, Coach Shilpa, I would like to summarize just for our audience. It's always good to summarize our key points.
And you do that very well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So basically, today we've talked about 3 important lessons that we can learn to implement right away from people who have made this journey, who have been very successful in this journey of entrepreneurship. And so as you start your transition from being an employee to boss, it's important you take these lessons to heart. The first lesson, as we discussed, is starting with developing a growth mindset. And Coach Silpa mentioned the growth mindset helps you as an entrepreneur to stay motivated and persistent through difficult times, because difficult times will happen. Okay. So it also helps you to develop resilience and become more adaptable, so that whatever challenge comes your way, you're able to eliminate self-doubt, you're able to deal with that. So the second lesson that you should take to heart is start by building a solid foundation. And we talked about this, right? A solid foundation helps you as an entrepreneur to really solidify your success, because it gives you clarity, it gives you focus, it gives you direction, which is essential to helping you build a thriving business. And then finally, you need to manage the money well, the finances. This is just, as we mentioned, finances are very critical. So this
Yeah.
means you track your expenses, you create a budget, you forecast, so that you know what is coming your way, and then you can make good decisions, right? So it can help to push on you in long term, so that you build your business properly. And so, having gone through this, would like to invite you. So if you're interested in, first of all, turning your passion into a profitable profession, and taking the leap of faith from being an employee to your boss, we would like to invite you to join with us in this journey of transition. So you could potentially write to leadtalkpodcast@gmail.com. We'll just display this right there, and so that we can have a one-on-one talk. Our team will reach out to you, so we can schedule a call and then see, where are you in your journey right now? Have you started, or you're planning to start maybe in 6 months and 3 months? So there will be different options for us to talk about. And we can, depending on which route we take, we could decide to work one-on-one with you, or we could invite you to be part of the High Impact Coach program that we are launching soon. And so Coach Silpa, I would like to invite you to take it from there.
Yeah, thank you for summarizing so well and highlighting the important points. So thank you, audience, for your attention and staying with us. And we are promising you another episode, same like this one, a powerful one, and which is relevant to your journey, because it's coming from the experience. So we invite you to read and download the resources we have put below, and become successful in your leadership, in your career, in your coaching, consulting, business. And if you're new, please subscribe and share this episode with your colleagues or the near ones who would benefit from it and who are in the process of transitioning in their career. Also, I invite you to join our private leadership and career transition communities and follow us on social media, because we believe adding value at all the places. So reach out to us for any of your coaching, consulting, mentoring, or guest speaking needs. And do not hesitate to write to us at leadtalkpodcast@gmail.com. We are here to help you to navigate through your leadership, career transition, and becoming a high impact coach and consultant with confidence. So let's make this 2023 your best year ever. Till we meet again, take best care of yourself, stop struggling, and start winning. See you in your next episode. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.